All right, today we're pulling back the curtain on a piece of technology that's, well, literally everywhere, but it's kind of hiding in plain sight. It's the secret sauce in your favorite apps, the engine behind some seriously groundbreaking science. And yeah, it's almost certainly running on a device right near you as we speak.
So, to really get a sense of just how massive its reach is, let's start with a little puzzle. I'm going to show you three huge organizations that seem like they have absolutely nothing in common.
Okay, first up, Netflix. You know that feeling when it just knows exactly what show you're going to binge watch next? Well, that's not magic. It's an algorithm crunching mountains of data about what you and millions of others watch, all to predict your next favorite show.
Then, let's jump from the couch to outer space. Think about NASA. Just imagine the sheer scale of their job, processing complex simulations and sifting through this constant flood of data that's being beamed back from probes millions of miles away.
And for our third one, let's go to Wall Street. A financial giant like JP Morgan Chase, they're building these incredibly complex models to try and predict which way the market's going to move and to analyze massive financial risks, all happening in real time.
Okay, so here's the question. What's the invisible thread that ties all of this together? You've got streaming shows, deep space exploration, and high-stakes finance. I mean, these worlds are light years apart. What could they possibly have in common?
And the answer, which might surprise you, is a single programming language, Python. It is the unseen engine driving all of this incredible innovation. All right, so we've established it's everywhere. But what is Python really? What makes it the go-to tool for solving such a wild variety of problems? So, Python goes all the way back to 1991. It was created by a developer named Guido van Rossum. And his whole idea was to make a language that was super powerful, but also really, really easy to read. He wanted it to be approachable, and get this, to keep things from feeling too corporate or stuffy, he actually named it after his favorite comedy group, Monty Python. Kind of cool, right?
And this really shows you what he meant. To get a computer to say, "Hello world" in Python, it's just one simple, readable line. Now look at the other example from a more complex language. You need all that extra code just to do the exact same thing. That simplicity, that readability, that's Python's superpower.
Now, this design choice comes with a really important trade-off. See, Python is what's called an interpreted language. That means you can write a piece of code and test it instantly. It's like having a translator who translates each sentence as you say it. Super fast for experimenting. The flip side, it can be a little slower than compiled languages like C, which are more like translating an entire book before you can read any of it. But you know what? For so many things we do today, being able to develop and test ideas quickly is way more valuable.
Okay, so let's get into it. How does this simple, friendly language end up powering some of the most complicated systems in our world? We're not just talking about a few big names here, it's woven into the very fabric of our digital lives.
I mean, just look at this list. It's basically a who's who of the tech world. Google, they use it all over the place for automation. Instagram, its entire backend, the thing that serves photos to millions of people every second, is built on Python. Spotify's recommendation engine that knows your music tastes so well, yep, that's Python. And that surge pricing on Uber, Python is doing the math.
Okay, get ready for a crazy number. Every single day, all of us, generate about 328 million terabytes of data. That is just a mind-bending amount of information. It's like a digital tidal wave. And the biggest challenge we face right now is figuring out how to make sense of it all.
And that is where Python has become an absolute superstar. It is, without a doubt, the backbone of data science and AI. The two fields that are all about taking that chaotic flood of data and turning it into something smart and useful.
So why Python? Well, it's because of its incredible ecosystem of what are called libraries. Think of them like specialized, pre-built toolkits. Instead of having to build everything from scratch, a data scientist can just grab a library like NumPy or Pandas to slice and dice huge data sets. They can use scikit-learn to build predictive models, or even use something like TensorFlow to build the complex neural networks that act like the brain of an AI.
But here's the thing. Python isn't just for the big tech giants and PhD data scientists. Its influence creeps into some really surprising and even personal parts of our lives.
Yeah, I'm talking about your daily grind. For anyone who has ever stared at a screen, facing hours of boring, repetitive work, Python is an absolute game changer. It's legendary for its ability to, well, automate the boring stuff.
Seriously, with just a tiny bit of code, you can write a script that renames and organizes thousands of files for you, or one that goes through a massive spreadsheet and updates it in seconds, or even one that automatically scrapes information from a website or sends out emails. It's all about taking those soul-crushing tasks that would take hours by hand and just letting the computer do them for you in seconds.
Okay, and check this out. Python is also a secret superstar in a place you would probably never guess, Hollywood. As Dhruv Govil, an expert in the field, said it's basically impossible to find a big animated or visual effects movie today that doesn't use Python in a big way.
It's literally the glue that holds the entire visual effects pipeline together. Artists use it to write little scripts that automate tedious parts of 3D modeling. It's used to build the digital skeletons that let characters move and feel alive. It helps manage the flow of all these massive digital files between different artists and departments. Essentially, it handles all the technical grunt work so the artists can just focus on making amazing visuals.
So, okay, we've seen it's in our streaming queue, it's in outer space, it's on the big screen, it's everywhere. But the big question is, why should this matter to you?
Well, here's the bottom line. Because Python is so incredibly versatile, learning it is basically a key that unlocks the door to some of the most exciting, in-demand, and future-proof jobs on the planet.
And you don't have to take my word for it. The numbers speak for themselves. Companies are desperate for people who can help them make sense of their data and build smart systems. And because of that, jobs like data scientist, machine learning engineer, and AI developer, well, they're not just growing like crazy. They come with some pretty amazing salaries.
So think about it. From getting rid of your most boring office tasks to creating Hollywood blockbusters to literally building the future of artificial intelligence, Python is making it easier for everyone to create things and solve problems. And that leaves us with one final, really exciting question. Now that this incredibly powerful tool is in the hands of more people than ever before, what are we going to build with it next?